Welcome back to our channel.
Welcome, everybody.
And today we're stopping in Nepal. And from Nepal, we're going to do a tour with Carnival that goes to the Maltese coast and then to Pompeii.
Yes, Pompeii has been on my bucket list for a long time.
Yeah, we did this tour because it takes us to Pompeii and sees a little bit of the area, but the main goal was to see Pompeii.
Yes, here's our ship. We're pulling in the port. We're getting excited.
It's a really beautiful port, this. And we're getting on the cruise ship. And we're off on our tour. That there that you see is Mount Vesuvius, the
That
famous
the,
volcano.
the famous one that the buried Pompeii.
And it buried another town too, but that's for another stop.
Yes, I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Herculum?
Herculum,
I
that's
believe,
it.
yeah.
We did make one stop here.
It was just a stop to take pictures and that of the beautiful coastline and the buildings and houses right on the hill.
Yeah, imagine how you had to build those houses on that hill.
And as you see here, there's a lot of olive trees. That's mainly all the growth you see in this area is the olive trees.
Yeah, it makes me wonder, how did they survive just on olives? I mean, back then, I don't know.
I'm sure there was other grow things they grew, but the olive trees here are very old.
Very old.
The scenery here is really beautiful, though.
It is a beautiful town. I enjoy Europe.
I like the mountains with your lowlands. Well, that was the really tight corner we were doing.
Yeah, yeah. Being on a bus trying to maneuver through these streets was a little.
It wasn't a big bus, it was like a little medium one, but still, these streets, as you can see coming up, are very narrow.
Yes, and it makes you butt pucker just a little bit going around those corners. See, there is the streets.
And they do pull over to let people by. This here is how close we get going around these corners and pulling over to let other vehicles by.
Yes, I don't know how you got to walk the streets to go to the shops or go home. I mean, it's ridiculous.
They're very tight here. And as you see coming up, we have to pull over for a vehicle coming up here. And it wouldn't have took much to reach out if our windows were open and touch the walls.
Yeah,
There was no walking room when we pull over.
no walking room, and then they put their chairs and tables, and you're gonna have lunch sitting right on the side of the road. That's a little too much for me.
And this here is us pulling over close to the wall to let a vehicle go on the other side of us. Yeah, see? No room.
How can you walk down these sidewalks? I mean, they're not even sidewalks.
And this is our stop. We were told to meet back at this little garage. And then we walked the streets of this little cliff town.
Yeah, got a little something to eat. Saw some flowers.
You got a little something from a pastry shop that was down one of the really narrow streets. And where we were, everything was basically almost down. You had to go down stairs and all that.
Yeah, it is a mobility issue. If you can't walk very well, it is a tough tour.
But it was a beautiful little town with the flowers and the pottery.
Yeah, and the fruits and the vegetables and just gorgeous. Mm.
But yeah, it was basically one street on a level, then you got to go down to another level to the next street. very narrow, very tight, and I don't know if I'd want to live there.
No, I wouldn't. But I guess you would get used to it and keep you in shape at least.
That you would be. You'd be in shape. Not my shape either, which is round. They had a lot of artwork and artists here too. So from this little town, we got back on our bus and we'll head back to the same roads that we were on from this little town and to another town where we get lunch.
Yes. And you'll see what we had in just a minute. But
And see that bus, that's the kind of size of bus we're on, and it's so tight.
but the views are still, amazing.
I can imagine what the views would look like from the ocean.
And here is the traffic.
And here in the little town that we're, yeah, the traffic. Look at the tight turn, and then you have oncoming traffic coming into this turn too. Uh, I was a little leery crossing the street here,
Yeah, I'll take the horse.
but we got to look at the little shops and that in this area. Beautiful country.
Yes, and the walls and buildings and here's our lunch.
Wasn't much of a lunch, but then we're on to Pompeii.
Can't wait to see it. But, always got to see the flowers first. And there is the beginning of Pompeii.
We were waiting outside for our tour person to get our tickets to go in, and this is our first view
This is
inside
it.
Pompeii.
Look how happy we look.
So this is the amphitheater there, and I guess they still use it for certain concerts and that.
Yes. And there
Mike getting ready for his pose. There's his
there's
pose.
my pose. And this is the cart path that, the horse and buggies drove through.
We'll talk more about that as we show up more, but this is the houses and that, what's left of them, and all this was buried underneath dirt.
Yeah, well, ash
Look,
and dirt and everything else.
and
There it
there's
is.
yeah,
There's the road that the horse and buggies drove through, and you can see uh,
the crosswalk.
the crosswalks in between because when it rains, they didn't want to walk in puddles. So
As you see up there, those stones sticking out, that's the crosswalk, and we have better pictures coming up of those.
as they're coming up, and the step up is not like a 2 3 inch step up. It's like a 8 9 10 inch.
But yeah, in this city, it was just like this is like houses and that. Our tour guide was talking to us on little earbuds that we had in our ears.
Right. These were the outside of the city houses.
There you can see the steps. You
Yeah.
could cross over on top of them and not get your feet wet, and the horses and the wheels could go between them.
And there's the ruts that the buggies made. Here's more of the houses, and the
A little
fire
bit of
pits.
writing on the wall. Some buildings you could go in and others you couldn't. This one they had it walled off. You couldn't go in, so I'm trying to take zoom in and take pictures from the outside. But
Right.
Pompeii is very big, as you can see. The streets go on forever.
Yeah. And the middle of the city, I'm guessing, is what is best preserved because the outside is what we've seen first. So this is
This is a
wh-
rich person's house,
yeah, wealthy person.
and this is inside the house, and that's what the roofs would have been made out of. They reconstructed that, but these paintings, that is original paintings. I'm amazed that that paint is still that good to this day.
Right. The mosaic tile is all original. Everything is original and so interesting.
And this here was also buried underneath ash. And in this house, they also have the bones that they found, and that's coming up of the people that were in the house.
Yeah, there was I think it was this house right there where the owner of the house had a bunch of dogs and the dogs killed the owner of the house, so they put the picture up.
And this is the bones that they found in the house of the family. So it was, yeah, when you see stuff like that, it's very shocking.
Very shocking.
I believe this was the bath area of the house. And they had irrigation systems and stuff like
Yeah,
that,
and plumbing, and not plumbing that we know of, but
plumbing for them.
yeah. And there's the wine bottles.
Yeah, this is some of the pottery and stuff that was found in the house.
Yeah, they even had skylights, and that's a little fountain in the middle of the house.
And here's some more pottery, and then we're back out onto the street. This here is more of Pompeii that they haven't uncovered yet.
Right, but they said they will be working on it, but who knows when.
So we'd love to go back and see how much different it is. Plus, we were rushed,
Yeah, you need a lot of time to actually through it and enjoy it.
so we would like to go back and go slower and have more time here.
I think we're gonna do maybe our own tour with some type of video, or not video, but audio recording to let us know what we're walking through.
I'm sure they have it because, as you've seen earlier on, there was numbers at each place. So I'm pretty sure there's a thing that you can push and listen to what each number place was and that.
Yeah, because if you don't talk about it while you're doing it, it's a little difficult to get the memories back.
Here are some more pictures. They have them covered up with plastic, and they were, yeah, that is what you think it is, folks. They were very enamored about the male anatomy, and you find that pointing to where the prostitutes were, and that's coming up. We're slowly walking there.
Yes, this part right here is going to be.
Listen, you see that round thing? That was a grain grinder. This is the shops and that, the baking shops. This was a communal bathhouse.
Yeah, that was all filled with water, I believe.
And this is one of the body casts that is known, well famous in Pompeii. And that's
Yes.
some of their plumbing.
Yeah, it was made out of copper. So it
Uh, and this here, I believe, is our
prostitute
prostitution, and
house.
that's the beds that they had to do it on. And those are the pictures that the people could point at and say what they wanted to do when they were there visiting. And like I said, those paintings, it's still, I'm so shocked that the paintings are still there.
Yeah. And those little rooms that you'll see, that's all they had. I mean, they were like 4 by 4 rooms.
Yeah. And this is some more of the shops. I guess here they sold soup and that because there was big pots.
Yeah, it's a big kitchen area.
And there's another male anatomy that was pointing you to the prostitutes.
Yeah, one of the fountains they had, that water was coming out of the mouth.
And we're slowly coming to the city center. And that's where you've seen pictures of all the famous statues. Like here, this is the city center.
Yeah, it's a lot bigger than you think it is.
It was very sunny, and he was trying to look at the camera. That's why the face. And there's Mount Vesuvius. That just shows you
How far away?
with how far away it shot its ash. And there's a bunch of statues that they were putting back, and they were doing, you could see a crane and that they were doing some work here, so I can't wait to go back.
Yes, they've been working on it for a long time, and they still are.
Putting the columns back together and kind of filling in the pieces that they couldn't find.
Yeah, I only wish that they would have a replica of what the city used to look like, so you could have an idea what you're looking at.
Yeah, they might have had it, but our tour didn't show us
Didn't
anything
show
like
it.
that.
Right, right. It might have been there.
And this wraps up our Pompeii. From here, we went back down to our bus. But inside the building, as you're going down, there's a inside part. There is bathrooms there. Use those bathrooms.
Yes.
Our
Eh,
tour persons made us wait and wanted us to pay outside of Pompeii for bathrooms.
but after this, we're headed to Rome.
Yes, we're going to the Vatican, and we got a tour that goes to the Vatican and the Roman Colosseum
And
and the
Trevi Fountain.
Trevi
Don't
Fountain.
forget that. You got to throw your coin in to make sure you go back.
So if you've ever been to Pompeii, write down in the comments what you liked about Pompeii or what we should try to see next time we're there.
Yes, because we will be heading back, and we would like some comments on what we should actually look at.
Yeah, in August coming up of this year, 2026, we're heading back to this same, almost the same area, Greece, Italy, Turkey.
Right. And this way we will, since we've been there, we kind of know to look for, what not to look for, because we wasted a lot of time looking at stuff that was interesting, but just not as interesting as, some of the
Things
other
that were a
things.
one and done. So
Right.
we did them. We don't have to do them again.
Right.
So please hit the notification button to be notified when I put up the next one for Rome.
And like and subscribe.
Bye.
Bye.
Please like and subscribe to my channel. It's free for you and it helps me grow my channel. Thank you for watching this video and stay tuned for more, or go back and watch some of my older ones. Thanks again.